Hi Flosstube, I have missed you guys. It has been a long time, like 10 months, getting maybe 11, no, 11 months since my last video, and I apologize. I apologize for that. 2018 was great. It was a great year. It was a big year for me. There was a lot of change. There was a lot of personal growth. In March, I went on that trip with my sisters to Florida, and we had an amazing time. We laid on the beach. It was beautiful. That St. Petersburg area, the sand is just like you imagine. It's like the white, soft sand that just feels good to lay on. It feels soft and fluffy. So we had a great time there, and then May came around. We had all the birthdays. Everyone in my family has birthdays in May. My mom had a hip replacement surgery, which was a big deal for everybody in our family. We were very worried about her, but it was time, and she was super brave. And she got through that, and now she's running around like nothing ever happened. So it was really cool to see how advanced things have become, that you can completely replace a joint like that and be up and moving the next day. And then in July, I took a trip, a crazy trip. My whole family thought I was crazy. But I decided to hike. In Michigan, we have something called the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. And it's a national park, and it's basically rock formations that fall down into Lake Superior, and it just has a coastline that people take on boats and kayaks, and they go look at it because it's so scenic. And I got myself a map, and I got myself a backpack, and started training locally. And I hiked for 5 days, 50 miles from Grand Marais all the way down the coastline into the town of Munising. And this was my map. You can see it's all worn out. It was in my pocket. I had to plan out where food and water stops were, where I could get access to campgrounds, and where there was running water and facilities, because this was very rustic. In fact, 3 of the 5 days I did not have cell phone service at all. So I went with a friend and had an amazing time. The things I saw, wow. But it was quite the physical journey, because it was in July. It was pretty good weather, but like the 3rd or 4th day it was hot. So the black flies chased me down for 14 straight hours of hiking. I had like 10 blisters. I lost 6 pounds in 5 days, and I lost 2 toenails. But it was an amazing adventure. It was just in that moment of when you're walking and you think you can't go one more step, and you have no choice. You just go one more step. So really glad that I did it. Got some amazing pictures. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the backpacking experience. I had a 45-pound backpack for most of the trip. I mean, as you ate food and stuff, obviously it got lighter, thank God. But yeah, it was a really fun trip. I definitely feel like I want to backpack again next summer. But then summer started, and the golf started, and I did kayaking with my girlfriend, and it just flew by so fast, so fast. Yeah, and then another thing I started in 2018, I started getting up in the mornings and doing 4:30 a.m. wake-ups to do the gym before work. So I'm an engineer, you guys know, at Ford. And I find, especially in the winter months, after you've had a long day at work, there is no way I'm going to come home and not get cozy and snuggle up with my pups. There's no way I'm heading back out into the cold and the dark to go to the gym. So I really made a commitment to that this year, and I've really made a ton of progress on my fitness goals. I feel so much stronger, really into weightlifting specifically. Aches and pains that I used to have gone away, and so it's really been an exciting journey for me. I've really been trying to learn as much as I can and commit to that. So that kept me very busy. And then fall came, winter came, we had Halloween and all the festivities with the family. We went to Frankenmuth again this year. It was amazing. It was really a lot of fun. And 2019 is right around the corner. And no, it's not right around the corner. It's now. 2019 is now. But yeah, we have some exciting things coming this year. My youngest sister is having another baby. So I'm going to have another niece in February, which I am super excited for. I love being an auntie. It's one of my greatest blessings. I really, really enjoy it. But I wanted to mention, first off, after the life updates here, I wanted to say thank you to so many of you who, despite my 11-month hiatus, reached out to me, whether it was something you sent me in the mail or messages you posted or sent me on Instagram. I can't believe how kind the community is, how kind you guys are. It's one of the reasons I started doing these videos, and it's something I really, really missed throughout most of the year last year. So New Year's resolution for 2019 is definitely to stay with this, because I love this craft. I love the people that I've met doing this process. It's a really big joy for me. So 2018 was 2000 great teen, and me and my sister decided 2019 will be 2000 shine teen. So that's the goal for 2019, is to keep up with the Flosstube videos and keep in contact with you guys, because this is really a great way to meet some people who are very like-minded, kind individuals, just really kind people. So the shout-outs that I want to give: Nicole Buckeye Stitcher, throughout the year, sent me card after card. I got an Easter card, a Thanksgiving card, I got a Christmas card. For my birthday, she sent me a May wordplay pattern that I'll show you in a little while, with fancy floss to go with it, and this beautiful bag, which I love, and I put my crafts in when I'm on the go. Thank you so much, Nicole. You're such a sweet person, and to continually reach out to me and think of me and be so kind and take the time out of your day really meant a lot to me. Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher, I got more Happy Mail from her early on in the year. She sent me some of her favorite needles, and I like them a lot. I've switched my size needles. I like them a lot, so I appreciate that, Julie. Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, sent me a pattern early on in the year, this little snowman from Heart and Hand, which I definitely want to do him in the future. He's super cute. And some very kind cards. This was one that just, I love it. I love the floss on it. Just so kind, so sweet of you. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And then my friend Cindy, we all know Cindy. Cindy, you're probably one of the most generous people I know. I just watched your latest Flosstube video, and you stitch and give away so many things that it's just inspiring to me. You have such a kind, generous heart, and that's really special. She sent not only this year, which is this charm for the Prairie Schooler Santa. My sister is stitching that, and she sent this charm for her. But she also sent me this Snoopy bag. Oh my gosh, this Snoopy bag. So I too have a Snoopy obsession, and I just can't believe how much work you put into this, that you could even make something like this. I wouldn't even know where to start, but it is just the cutest, and when it came, it made me cry. It was so heartfelt that you made this for me, and please know how much I love it. I really love it. Love the Snoopy. Linda Jo, Pretty Southern, she sent me a card, and this early on in the year, and I use this all the time when I'm on the go, and she makes these little Ort bags out of fancy paper, and it just folds up and can go right in my craft bag on the go. And yeah, so thank you, Linda Jo. I've used this many times this year and thought of you. And then Stitchy Butterfly, Kath, she sent me, we were pen paling early on in the year. She sent me some cards. She also sent me some cool little things for Orts, like this little glass container. And then some really fun needle minders, Snoopy, that she had made out of buttons. So thank you to all of you, and not just the gifts and the things that I received in the mail, but the messages I received asking, are you okay? We miss you on YouTube, and it just meant a lot to me. You guys are really kind people. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. So I thought what I would do for this Flosstube is first start with the gift away. You poor people who put in for the gift away last year are probably like, well, I guess I'm not going to get a gift away. If you guys remember, there was the house sampling. This was the four houses. And then My Family Tree, which was this huge pattern that was 9 pages long. And so I went through all the comments on YouTube tonight. I put them in my Excel file. I did a random generator. So let me look at the file here. So the winner, and I again apologize profusely that it took me so long. The winner for the house sampling, is Dawny Owl. So congratulations. I will comment on your comment on this video and reach out to you and get your address and get this in the mail. And then the winner for my family tree is Nancy King. So Nancy, I hope you are ready to just stitch your little fingers away because 9 pages are coming your way. So I will comment on your comment. Thank you again for entering. So incredibly sorry that it took me this long to get this giveaway done, but I'm definitely gonna get those out to you guys. So for sure, I will be getting a hold of you with that. And once, okay, sorry about that. I wanted to show my giveaway for this month, for January 2019. So the one that I picked, it's by Lavender Wings, and it's called Simple Things. And it says, butterflies and blossoms, spider webs and dew, the scent of roses, the sunrise anew. And it kind of gave me a spring vibe. I really liked the house, and it kind of looks like a sampler, but not really. A lot of colors in there, a lot of spring feeling to it. So if you are interested in stitching this, just put the comment below that you want to stitch the spring piece, and I will enter you for the giveaway. I'm going to try to do a floss tube once a month. Nicole does that, Buckeye Stitcher, and I think that's a much better pace for me. Definitely to remind me to stay in contact once a month. So if you're interested in that, just put a comment on my video below. And then the last thing I wanted to go through was kind of just a parade of what I did in 2018. And it was fun for me to go back and see as well, because not being on Flosstube last year, I was like, wow, you know, I didn't really stitch a bunch. I didn't really spend a lot of time. I felt like I was stitching here and there, but could have done more. And I had that great big list last year at the beginning of the year that I was going to do, you know, 5, 6 projects a month, and I had them all listed out by month. And yeah, life happens when you're making other plans. So all of those did not happen, but when I collected the piles of stuff, my finishes and my whips, I actually did a lot more than I thought. So the first thing I'm going to show you, and this is a recent finish, it is not cross stitch, it is knitting. I wanted a scarf, and I wanted something thin. Like I don't like big bulky scarves around my neck, just like I don't like big winter coats. They kind of drive me crazy. So I found this pattern online. It was a free pattern, and I found this beautiful yarn, this washable wool yarn at a local store here in Royal Oak, and I fell in love with it. And the pattern was a simple repeat, but it put these beautiful ribbed lines you can see in there. A very, very cool pattern that lays nice and flat, and it's thin to just wear around my neck. I wear it in the office sometimes too when it's chilly there, and yeah, so that took me a while to make this guy, but I was determined to have a comfy scarf for winter this year. So that was one of my finishes. Second one, this is a Prairie Schooler Santa. This was in, I believe, the 2016 cross-stitch ornament issue. And I loved him. I saw this. I love Prairie Schooler stuff. I saw this, and I wanted to do this right away, especially with Christmas coming. And he turned out super cute. Good night. I just love him. But I jazzed him up a little bit. I really, when I think Santa, I think bright Santa. Bright red, bright green. And the colors that were in the pattern were just a little too dull for my liking. So I used Louisiana hot sauce for his jacket and hat. And I cannot remember. If you want to know, I'll look it up. Just, you know, ask me below. It was like an emerald green color for the gloves and the belt and the buttons. And he was so much fun. He stitched up pretty quick, actually. So I plan to turn him into an ornament. That'll probably happen in like 2048-ish. So yeah, put that on the list for 2048. Next one, and I don't know if I showed you guys this one in one of my previous videos. maybe beginning of 2018, but it's called Snow and Love, and it's by Country Cottage Needleworks, and so adorable. I loved the cardinal. I loved the snowmen. It was a really fun stitch. I think I did this in like February of 2018 is when I finished it. And yeah, again, I want to make this one into an ornament so that hopefully someday I can have a tree like Cindy. I absolutely love your ornament tree. It's so beautiful. And then more towards spring, I got into a spring mood. And this is the Lizzie Kate Summer Smalls, I believe is where this one came from. And I did berries, and it was just a quick stitch. I really, really liked the colors. It was actually a lot of fun. So this one I'm thinking, you know, something like on an interchangeable for the kitchen with a magnet like Priscilla does eventually. So maybe 2052 for that one. But I really enjoyed stitching it. It's hard for me with the finishes. Some of you are so good about you finish your piece and you get it all done as soon as you're done stitching it. And for me, I'm just so in love with the stitching process that the thought of stopping stitch time to go and actually finish something is tough for me. So yeah, gonna have to work on that a little bit more because I want to see the pieces that I finish, right? And then this one I think I finished maybe April time frame. Loved this piece, loved the colors in this house. I enjoyed every bit of this. This was Lizzie Kate's Winter. I adored that the colors, I can't remember the name of the color in that house, but just beautiful. That green, the variegation in it, I really enjoyed this guy a lot. Very pretty. And then another one, maybe I showed you, Ho 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 by Lizzie Kate. This little reindeer, he was a lot of fun as well. I think he was December of 2017, I want to say. I think. But yeah, he's going to be another ornament. Had a lot of fun stitching him. I like these small pieces because sometimes, as you're going to see from my pile of whips, I get very overwhelmed by the big pieces and I just want to feel like I finished something. So I like the small ones. And then this was a Lizzie Kate Small. I'm going to have to look up the pattern name on this one. It was something like, not minis, but I'll have to look up the pattern name on this one. It was like 4 or 5 of them. This little snowman with the cardinal. I love him so much. Just makes me happy. I love cardinals. A lot of us do. And that little snowman, so cute. Super, super cute. So those were the pieces that I actually finished, whether it be like December-ish 2017 through 2018, the ones I actually got done stitching-wise. And then I have a pile of whips. Let me scoop this over. And one thing I've learned, right, I got back into cross-stitching in October 2017. One thing I've learned about myself is I am definitely a seasonal stitcher. So I had all these plans, right? I had all these plans that I was going to do X number of pieces per month, and this was the plan. But then when spring came, I didn't want to do winter anymore. I wanted to do spring. So I'm going to be more chill this year. I think that's a lesson I learned about me as a stitcher. And stitch seasonally, stitch what I want to stitch. I am going to pick some out, I think, for the year, set them aside for ideas, things, you know, the ones that I want to do the most, and we'll see what happens. But here's what I've got in progress so far. And now this one, I have to say, has been one of my favorites. Again, the colors. I just can't get over the colors. And the funny thing about it is the beautiful colors are DMC. I mean, they're just so pretty. So this is Country Cottage Needleworks Winter. You know, a lot of people have stitched this and finished it really beautifully. Some have just done, I think maybe it was Priscilla and Chelsea that just did the house, the top part. And I think they had it like on a clipboard or something mounted, like a stand. I'm doing the whole piece, and wow, I absolutely love this piece. It is so much fun. I'm doing it on a Jobelin, I think it's pewter, that I found at my LNS. They were just selling snip sizes of material, and this was like the perfect color that I wanted to do. So here's where it's at. I absolutely love it. The colors in this house, how fun with the 2 greens. It was like light jade and dark jade. And this blue, I absolutely love this piece. And I haven't been able to put it down lately. This is the one I've been going to nonstop. But really fun. And those bunnies. Oh my gosh, those bunnies. So cute. So cute. Love this one. In December, I was working in the Christmas mood. And I was trying to finish this one, which I've been working on for so long. So long. The toy store. But I actually made some progress on it. I kind of hunkered down before Christmas. I still have not finished. And now Christmas is over, right? So I'm going to be in the mood again, like, next November. But here it is. And this is fun because you get that house vibe, right? And there's, like, a lot of block stitching to it, which I like. And it was a really fun piece. It really came together when I started seeing, like, the little horse in the window. Yeah, I really enjoy these. These are that Main Street collection, Little House Needleworks Main Street collection. But yeah, or no, Hometown Holidays. Let's see what this is. Yes, Hometown Holiday series. And this was chart number 5, the toy store. So I like those a lot. But again, that's probably more like a December-ish holiday thingy for me. The next one is, the name of it is Warm Hands, Warm Heart, and it came out of the Cross Stitch magazine. Again, I think it's 2016. And I've loved doing this piece. This is in my current by this side of the couch rotation. So fun. Again, just a small to feel like I'm making progress and getting things done. But again, I guess I'm obsessed with Louisiana hot sauce because I used that again because I love that bright, bright red. It just reminds me of Christmas. It reminds me of the holiday season. I'm just a bright colors person when it comes to that. So I swapped out what they called for. It was just a DMC. I can't remember the exact one. And I use Louisiana hot sauce and I love it. I love it. I'm almost done. I have like the bow on the top and then a little bit of back stitching and a couple more snowflakes. So hopefully have that one done soon. Next, Winter Wonderland. So this was a sale that Priscilla and Chelsea did quite a while ago, and I got my stuff and started stitching, but then it was spring and I didn't want to make snowmen anymore, so he went in the basket, but I drug them back out again and I've been working on them quite a bit. So this is Little House Needleworks Winter Wonderland. Love that snowman. More of those adorable bunnies and birds. What a cute piece this is. And I've made quite a bit of progress on him. So here's where this one stands. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this piece. Those trees look so real to me with the snow on them. I just love this pattern. It's really, really cute. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And hey, it's still going to be winter in Michigan for like 5 more months, so probably will get done. Okay, another one that I started. This was in the fall. I fell in love with this one. I just think this is the cutest. Back when Lizzie Kate retired and I just started going and trying to buy the charts that I saw that I liked. I think everyone was afraid maybe we couldn't get the charts. I found this one, Boo, and I love those owls. So cute. And that house, again, the colors in this one, so bright. So that's how far I got on him before autumn ended. I did change the green for some reason, and it's probably the color fabric that I picked. That green just really was not popping, and I like that green color a lot, but it just wasn't popping on this fabric. It was kind of getting washed out, so I changed it out with, I think this is Grasshopper that I'm using. But yeah, that was a fun little piece. I really enjoyed working on that this fall. The big thing that I worked on for most of the fall, until I got into the Christmas mood, was Halloween Rules. Such a fun piece. I know so many people have done it, and you know, I would say the best thing about this one is not only the colors, how adorable each one of these little patterns are, but that you get that feeling of a finish when you're done with one block. You know, you get the satisfaction that like one piece of the puzzle is done. And so I got all the way down to Mind Your Mummy, and then you see that frogging situation happening? Totally off. Totally off on Mind Your Mummy. So I started frogging that, and then it was November and Thanksgiving, and I got in the Christmas mood. And so I put this one aside, but I really, really did enjoy this piece. So much fun to work on. Love the colors. Absolutely loved it. One of my favorites for sure. Definitely. This poor guy has been around for a very long time. My Prairie Schooler Polar Bear Santa. And I saw Cindy do this, and I still love this piece. I do. I love this piece. But the seasons changed, and I put him down, and I haven't picked him back up again yet this year. So he hasn't made much progress at all. But I do have that beautiful compass charm that Cindy gave me that I plan on using with him. And yeah, this is just the original DMC colors. I didn't swap anything out on this guy. I think just with the white and the polar bear, it looked good, just like it was. So that's another whip, so you can see how many whips I have. I didn't even realize how many until I got them all out of my drawer and said, okay, how many projects do I have in progress? It's quite a few. And then in my last video, I had mentioned Christmas rules and how I had made a big boo-boo and nipped my fabric. And I did end up just starting over. And I started it this year, but ran out of time, especially in the Christmas season. December was absolutely insane with the cookie baking and all the family events and the holidays and the work parties. And yeah, it was a blast. I ate way too many Christmas cookies, but I regret nothing. Nothing. Loved every minute of it. So Christmas rules. This is how far I got there. Just the top piece. That top header piece. Love this again. I can tell it's going to be just like Halloween rules in terms of like giving me that bit of satisfaction where I can complete a block. And I do love the colors. The little patterns are so cute. So cute. In the summertime, I got in the summer mood. Who knew? So I did the Lizzie Kate Smalls. I showed you the berries one that I did. And then I started this summer one, and I really enjoyed this one too. The little sheep had to happen before I set it down. Did not finish it all, but the sheep got done. And the watermelon, you love that. The colors in this are just brilliant. Really, really pretty. So I'll definitely be picking this one up again when the weather gets a little warmer. Yeah, a lot of fun. The pile's still going. The pile's still going. And you know what the worst part is I'm constantly seeing patterns that you guys post on Instagram or on your videos. I'm like, oh, I want that one. And I'm like, no, you can't have that one. You have 25 whips that you need to finish. It's like self-scolding, right? Like, no, you can't have that. But yeah, because I have too many already. So me and my sister went to my LNS maybe March of last year, and got bunnies. OMG, bunnies. I'm obsessed with bunnies. It's a problem. It really is a problem. But yeah, these are so crazy adorable, and we both got the pattern. We both got all the stuff to make them. And I was looking at it, and you know, I love these individual pieces. They're really, really cute, but I kind of wanted to have them all together. And so knew I was going to do Christmas rules, and I knew I was going to do Halloween rules. And I thought I could have like an interchangeable, like Priscilla does, like on a shutter or on a large piece of wood, like, you know, long, I could put on with the magnets, and I could have the Halloween rules up and the Christmas rules, and this could be a spring one because there's no spring rules. So I did all the measurements and the calculations, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm stitching them vertically. And the only thing I changed on this, I got all the colors that I called for, all DMC, but I changed the blue. I wanted to, because there's so much blue in all their little blue jeans and overalls in each piece. And so I changed the blue, and it's Blue Bonnet by Weeks Dye Works. And I just got a small start on this one, but you can see the piece, right? It's a long piece. The intent's going to be for it to be vertical, like Halloween and Christmas rules. And then these are the guys. I started right in the middle. And how much fun are those? So when my bunny obsession reaches its peak before Easter, these will definitely come back out again. So adorable. And then I think I showed you guys this one before I went to Florida in March, but yeah, so it's not finished. Not finished because spring came and went. So Lizzie Kate Spring, absolutely adored this one as well. The colors in these houses are just killer. The one for winter, that green color, and then this lavender color for spring, just really enjoyed it. So I got a lot done. Of course, the sheep got done. Love the sheep. So I got the sheep done in the house and started working on some of the trees. Love this piece. Again, hoping for an interchangeable type idea with, I have them all. I have summer and spring. Winter's complete, and then this is like 3/4 of the way complete for spring. So something that I can set out and interchange them with the seasons, I think is going to be fun. And then there was a mention of bunnies at one point that I might have a thing for bunnies. And so then I saw this. Someone, I can't even remember who, somebody showed this and I had to have it. I got online and bought it that day. That bunny and that gigantic carrot had me immediately. So Dream Big by Country Cottage Needleworks. Now this one is like 95% done. I just have to finish like the sun and a few little things. There's not even much. I don't know why I just didn't finish it, but life, right? So, OMG. Absolutely love that. I love that so much. It's one of my favorite patterns that I've seen. And it's just so simple. The bunnies get me every time. So cute. So I'll definitely pick that one up again in the spring. This one I'm kind of torn about. So I started this one last spring, Daffodils by the Prairie Schooler. And I started the big pattern with the house. And I wasn't a huge fan. I don't know if I can get it close enough. Those of you who don't have the pattern. If you can see in the grass, there's the alphabets going on. And I wasn't quite sure that I liked that. So I thought I was going to try and stitch it and just use a really pretty fancy floss. You could see the variegation in the grass and maybe just leave out the alphabet, which is what I did. But I don't know that I'm loving it. I haven't made a decision on this one. Hence, I set it aside. But I started the sheep. Started the sheep. He's so cute. But I think the last time I showed you guys this, I had the house done, maybe just the house done. And then I started on the grass. And I do love the variegation. I do. I just don't know if it's going to be like too much grass, you know, without having the alphabet in it. So we'll see. I'm kind of torn about it. If any of you have done this without the alphabet, please send me a picture. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do like the alphabet now. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then in my last videos, January, February, I had done these flip-its. And I did January and February, and I actually finished them. And now that it's January again, I have one for my my mail center that I put it on with magnets. But I started March, just like a little bit of March, and then set this one aside too. But these are fun. These are quick stitches, pretty colors in them. I really like that I can just interchange them on my little stationery set. So that's as much as I got done on March. So being that March is coming soon, that one will come back out. And then my last whip, I haven't even counted how many this is. I can buy nothing. Cut off. My last whip is May Wordplay, and this is the one that Nicole sent me. We both have birthdays in May, and I was obsessed with this one as soon as I got it, Nicole. The colors in it are beautiful. I love the pattern. And so I started stitching like a crazy lady as soon as I got it. And then summer came and golf and all the things, and I don't stitch as much in the summer because I'm big into outdoor sports and activities, and but yeah, so this is as far as I got, but I love this pattern. Love the colors, just beautiful, so much fun to stitch. So thank you so much, Nicole. I will finish this May, before May, so I can like see it all May. But yeah, absolutely love it. So that is my gigantic pile of stitching. And so even though I felt like that 2019 flew by and I didn't dedicate as much time as I wanted to this hobby, I really did a lot of stitching. A lot. I really did a lot more than I thought. So plans for 2019 are to enjoy my seasonal stitching and bunny obsession. And just kind of go with the flow because, yeah, you're going to have a lot of time sometimes and not a lot of time others. But I really want to work on this pile and start finishing, because you have beautiful pieces, and the best part, right, is to be able to see them and see them decorating your house. So those are the 2019 goals. I'm going to count up this pile of whips to see how many I actually have after this video, and try and make a plan to get those done. I'm sure there'll be new ones in the rotation that I have in my craft room. So many patterns that I bought last year. So much haul from last year. I probably have enough haul to stitch from now until I'm 65, 8 hours a day. So really don't need anything again ever, but you know how it is. You guys know how it is. You get it. The new patterns come out. So don't forget the gift away. If you would like to stitch that pattern, just put it in the comments below. Thank you again. Mwah. Big kisses, big hugs to all of you guys for being such a great community, for looking out for me, for making me feel so welcome, and for your videos. And even those of you that don't post videos, your comments or your Instagrams that I follow, it's really a big joy in my life. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in February. And until then, have lots of stitchy time, and I'll see ya. Bye.